The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
It's 8:13. Temperature out in Benton Harbor right now, 38 degrees. St. Joseph, 38 degrees. The feels like under cloudy skies, feels like in St. Joseph is only 33. I mean, it's balmy. It's tropical. It's nice.
For Southwest Michigan, yeah. I think you're in the
T-shirt
right zone.
And Bermuda shorts weather.
I almost considered wearing a polo today, and then I realized, no, it's not quite there.
Well, and
yet.
the studio's always air conditioned, so
that's true. Yeah. No, there isn't a day where the upstairs portion of this building ever has the heat on. Ever.
Good morning to Zach East, United Way of Southwest Michigan. I saw your doppelganger yesterday. Somebody was walking around the United Way neighborhood with a dog, but the dog was too big. I didn't know if you had your dog Gracie with you yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Were you walking her around?
She's in the car, but she's
walking her around.
Very cranky, so I didn't take her in today.
Okay.
There's I've heard that I have a doppelganger.
Yeah. They're zeroing in.
Yeah, I mean, if they want it, come on in. I got plenty of radio shows and other United Way work to do. You let me know what you want, doppelganger.
Let's talk about United. Let's talk about United Way. United Way of Southwest Michigan. Zach East, what's going on? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year indeed. And at this time of year every year, United Way looks forward to, recognizing the amount of people who are out there who do some amazing volunteer work, which is usually ironic for volunteers because they don't usually want any recognition for the amount of work that they're doing. They just simply want to do the work, make a difference.
Selfless giving.
Exactly. And that's part of what happens a little bit here when we get around to this time of year and open up the nominations for the Margaret B. Upton Volunteer Leadership Award and the Susan L. Dobrich Volunteer Leadership Award as well. That one's for Cass County. Both of those awards are now open for nominations.
Okay.
And they are ready to go through January 31st. So even though today is the 6th, those days will tick down pretty quick. So, and it is a somewhat involved little application there.
Yeah, walk us through it. If I'm thinking about somebody in my community who I want to recognize as a volunteer, what do I need to fill out on this form? What's on the form?
So the neat thing is this form will ask the general questions that the committee needs to know in order to make that decision, but it also gives them the opportunity to not just be recognized, but we also want to give back. So the Margaret B. Upton Volunteer Leadership Award in particular has the backing, of course, of the Frederick S. Upton Foundation, and they'll give $5,000 to the nonprofit of that winner's choice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Same with the Susan L. Dobrich Award. That will come from the Cass County entries, I should say, and again, $5,000 to a nonprofit of that winner's choice. If you go to the website, uwsm.org, there's a whole page there that kind of walks you through who is right for these two awards.
Yeah.
In particular, Susan L. Dobrich, again, is specific to those who've either lived or primarily done their volunteer work in Cass County. And the Margaret B. Upton Volunteer Leadership Award has been around for quite a long time here in Southwest Michigan. That is more focused towards, again, those living and generally doing a lot of their work in Berrien County.
Okay.
We'd love to make a Van Buren County Volunteer Award, but we haven't found that person just yet who's, able to step up and do that. So if you're interested, you just let me know.
Yeah, United Way of Southwest Michigan.
Yeah. But anyway, if you go to the website and you click on Nominate a Volunteer, you're really just going to be met with some basic questions about who you are and certainly about who they are. And think of somebody in particular that you would consider for, we don't want to call it a Lifetime Achievement Award because in most cases, people are still out there doing active volunteer work.
Yes.
They haven't retired from it.
Yep.
But perhaps, it's been 20 or 30 years of them making an impact on their community in some way.
Yeah.
That's the kind of person that would definitely be suited to, be recognized for this award. And really, it's about educating and inspiring other people to do the same.
Okay.
Helping people understand, with their story that we will then put on display April 23rd at our annual celebration at the Mendel Center, Grand Upton Hall, to understand a bit more about how they got to where they got to, and then you get the chance to kind of, tell a whole room full of hundreds of people, what it is that they did to be successful as a volunteer, but also what they did as an impact in their community. And those stories every year are just awesome. There are always tears, tears.
Yeah.
Every time we give these out, for not only the people hearing those stories, but certainly the people recognizing and being recognized. So the form is going to have just a few questions, mostly about, again, their volunteer work that they've done in the community, and maybe a little tiny essay of sorts about why you, the nominator, believe that this person sort of deserves, some recognition in this case.
Yeah.
And then we ask for some very basic stuff about, maybe a picture where they're doing some of their volunteer work the most. If you have a tiny little resume, perhaps, of some of the years that they've, done some work on a specific event, a specific cause. Maybe they've been at their church for X number of years and they've always done this, or this. Those are the kinds of things that the committee wants to know about.
Okay.
And they always get a pretty hefty amount of nominations every year.
Yeah.
Those folks usually get thrown back into the hopper automatically each year.
Oh, okay.
In most cases. So if you've done a nomination for somebody in the past and they haven't won, there's a good chance they're still back in the hopper anyway. And I believe we've done some posthumously as well.
Okay.
So there's always a chance if somebody passed that you can certainly nominate them too. But this is really for people, again, who can, identify those folks in the community who really have a great story to tell, and their impact needs to be on display.
Are the $5,000 donations, do you designate who those will go to in your nomination? Or is that decided later?
That's decided later, and it's mostly decided by the winner themselves.
The winner themselves.
Yeah, so they get the chance to really make that decision. And in most cases, those people who are still actively volunteering with some organization, they tend to put it towards the place that they're active at the most.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, for more information and this form, where can people go?
UWSM.org, and there's a big banner right at the top of each page that says Nominate a Local Volunteer.
Okay. All right. Zach East, United Way of Southwest Michigan. Thank you for the information on this. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. If you ever miss any of these United Way of Southwest Michigan updates, you can check them out on the podcast. Just go to WSJM.com and look under podcasts, or just go to your podcast provider of choice and search for WSJM. It's right there. All right. We'll be back in just a couple of moments to get some news from the Bear Den. Rawr. It's a bear. It's a bear.
Great
Look.
job, Ken.
Okay, thank you. News from the Bear Den, St. Joseph Public Schools, coming up next.